What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we are going to be reviewing a gun that I said that I would never buy on this channel. You'll never get. I said I would. Anyway, Taurus TX22. Let's take a look at it.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats. From review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Well, I guess I should give you a little backstory first on Taurus. My thoughts and opinions on Taurus. They suck. That's just my that's my review on Taurus. I've had 3 different Taurus guns, and every one of them went back to Taurus because they didn't shoot right. One was a revolver, a 94 model. Timing went out on it, so the bullets were shaving off the barrel and just doing all kinds of bad stuff. One was a 24/7 45 model, failure to feed, failure to eject, just failure all around. And then a 9mm model, and I can't remember, it might have been a 24/7 9 as well, but still junk, just wouldn't shoot. I said that I would never ever buy another Taurus, so I bought one because we have a Glock 44 that shoots just fine. We have a Ruger SR22 that shoots just fine. We have the 6-hour P322, which has severe leading of the barrel issues. Go back and check out the 6-hour P322 videos if you're interested in that. But we wanted another full-size 22. The Ruger SR22, that's a small pistol. The Glock 44, that's a full-size Glock pistol. The SR20, not the SR, the 6-hour P322 is a full-size pistol. It's not just the size of a 22. This is actual full size. And being I'm not into Taurus guns, I don't know what this gun's supposed to replicate, even if it is supposed to replicate anything. But it is a full-size firearm. My initial thought when I grabbed this out of the case is, ooh, that's plasticky. That feels an awful lot like a toy. But this is a striker-fired gun. It is very light. The handles are very well, they are plastic, but it feels very plasticky. Not like, it just feels a little more plastic than what a gun should feel like, or what you interpret a gun should feel like. But then, let me say one thing. Tauruses are extremely comfortable and ergonomic weapons. It's one reason why I'm so foul about them. I love the comfort of their guns. I'm not in love with their reliability. So first of all, the ergonomics on all Taurus models that I've ever held just fits my hands just right. They feel really good in the hand. But when I grabbed this at the gun store, we all do it. Don't pull the trigger. Don't. Whoops. This trigger is, it's the best 22 semi-automatic non-competition trigger that I've held. Now, if you go with the Ruger Marks, any of the Mark series, of course those triggers are better. That's a completely different animal. Striker fired these kind of polymer weapons, the triggers are a lot different. But that being said, this is one of the best triggers. I'm going to pull my scale out here after I tell you. But that's about a 3-pound trigger. And there's not much travel in it either. There's no trigger safety on it. There's not a safety on the gun. So I like no safeties, even though the 322 does have a safety. It's the trigger on it's nice, but it's not Taurus nice. So the trigger's got, okay, see, I'm just playing with this gun for the first time myself. This trigger is actually pivoting off of this center pin right here. So it's not a full It's not a full fulcrum trigger like that. You can see how that whole trigger pivots from up in here. This one here pivots right here in the center. You see that? And the trigger just breaks. And with the trigger being the way it is, it's going to make for really good accuracy as long as the gun is accurate. The trigger on this is so good that it's going to make you a better shooter. To be determined on how this thing shoots. Looking at the back sights here, we do have windage and elevation on the back sights. That's always a plus. And the front sight is set in there. I'm sure you can screw that off if you wanted to. The sights are not glow in the dark. They're just painted on, and along with the front sight, it's just painted on. You don't have the whatever that is. So you just have the painted sights. It's still a good sight picture, but if you're in the shade, those white dots do disappear as I was just looking at it. This is my first time handling the gun, so everything that I'm telling you right now is my own thoughts and opinions. I prefer not to watch reviews before I review a weapon. That way I'm not influenced by any of the other influencers, and I'm bringing you my honest opinions on it. So let's continue on. Top port ejection, the 322. As you can see, we do have a top port ejection on this one right here. It is a side port ejection, so everything's going to be coming out of the side. You know, I don't really care as long as the ejector works properly and brings those bullets, spent casings out of the side. I'm fine with that. I don't really care where the shells actually eject. That trigger though, it's super light. Let me get my gauge out real quick. Okay, I got my Wheeler gauge out here. Get this set up for peak, max, and minimum. So we're gonna do three pulls on this, hopefully in the same spot, and I'll let you guys watch. No, I won't. Switched modes. Okay, now we're back. Okay, I'll let you guys watch this. Hope you can see it. Four 5.9. Four 3.1. I'm way off, but it feels a lot different than that 4 pounds that this is showing. There we go, 395, 39.5. And I'm going to do it one more time. Just because I know that 3 pound is in here. $315.2. So we're in the 3 pound territory on this trigger. And that's a super light trigger for a 22 pistol. That's kind of a super light trigger for any gun, really. You get into the Mark series, I think you can bring those down to 2.5. So having a 3 pound trigger without any adjustments in it is a super light trigger. And like I say, the lighter the trigger, the more unexpected the round is going to go off, which is going to keep you from dipping your gun. If you've shot 45s, 10 mils, 40 mils, you know that you can get a lot of flinching going on in those pistols, just anticipating the recoil, and you start dipping that gun. With this trigger being so light, it's going to go off most of the time unexpectedly, and that's what you want. I'm not saying in a dangerous way. I'm just saying that the trigger's going to creep up on you, and you're going to go past it before you realize that you went past it. The round went off. You did exactly what that bullet was supposed to do and where you were aiming. So that's one good thing about a light trigger like that. One thing that I did notice while I was playing with the mag release is the mag release itself and its location. If you can see, it's got a little ledge right here for the trigger guard. Well, the magazine release sits right in there. Look how flush that is. It's not hard to get to. It's not hard, but you really have to feel around for it. Look at this. Look how this magazine release is just sticking out there all by itself. That's all it is. Is that the right magazine? Sure is. Okay, so yeah, you can see the magazine release. It's right here, all by itself. Easy to get to. But on the Taurus here, you can see, let's lock this back, and you can see how that slide release is just tucked away right up into here. Tucked away. It's tucked away. And I'm not saying it's hard to get to. I'm just saying that you're going to have to feel for it and actually know. You might even have to look at your gun, but it feels like it's part of the trigger guard stamping right there, or molding. When you run your finger across it, you can't feel that magazine release, but it's there and it works just fine. It's just one of those things that I noticed while I was playing around with this. The magazine release could be quite a bit bigger. Takedown on it is very simple on this. I'm not going to do it in this video because of YouTube's monetization policies. So stick around. I will be taking this down, showing you how to clean it and take care of it. But that'll be in an upcoming video. One other thing that I do want to talk about is this does have a threaded barrel, and it does come with an adapter so that you may install in a silencer if you so wish. Personal opinion, I would rather see guns not have threaded barrels on them, just because I think it's an extra cost that goes along with the gun. Speaking of cost, $300 for a Taurus. And that's another reason that's got me so salty. I can't stand the reliability of Tauruses that I have had, but they are so cheap and affordable to own. I don't know why I don't have more. Those guns just rubbed me the wrong way from day one. The magazine release. Not the magazine release, the slide release slide catch. It's not super aggressive. Again, we got aggressive on the 322. Everything on this gun is aggressive. So you can see the magazine release over here. It's very aggressive. But on the TX22, it's not very aggressive at all. It's enough to grab onto, but if you're wanting quick manipulation on this, it's not really designed for that. And that's the same thing with the magazine release. If you're wanting quick action, if you're wanting to practice your draws, click, rack, bang, bang, rack, click, click, whatever they want to do, this isn't going to be the gun for that. This is a better training weapon, even though the barrel needs to be fixed. It's a pretty smooth gun overall. With ammunition coming in to self-defense territory like it has been, this right here, I don't know about reliability yet. I'm just talking about the size and feel of this. If you're a person that is capable or willing to carry a 22 as a self-defense weapon, this one right here is going to be great because of all of the shaved off portions. You're not going to have spots that are going to be rubbing up against your body like this one right here. This would be a nightmare to carry if you didn't have the right holster, because you got your mag release and your safety, and that's on both sides. That would rub up against your side quite a bit. But this one right here is shaved down pretty good. The thinness of it, appears to be a little bit slimmer than the 322 over here. It's definitely lighter though. It's a light gun. The trigger pull on it is just awesome. And the trigger is something that you guys are going to have to feel for yourself. It's not all the way up here at the front. There is a spring in here that you're definitely going to feel. Along with the fulcrum being down here in the middle. Well, that's a little bit different. I think that is a trigger safety. So it fulcrums right here in the middle. And that's a trigger safety in itself, because I don't think... Yeah, I'm right. So just pulling that back right there, that's a trigger safety in itself. and then the rest of it fulcrums from up here up top. I'm understanding as I'm going. I told you, I don't lie. So we have a trigger safety here, pull it back. And there's definitely some slop in there that I don't like. But once you get that wall, it's a super nice trigger. I haven't tested the reset yet. Ooh, it pushes your finger out there good. It's hard to do left-handed and for the camera, but it definitely kicks it back out there to a reset. What that's going to eliminate. See watch this one right here. I mean, it lets it out there quite a bit, and there's a little click, but this really pushes it out. There's a lot of force being pushed back out on that trigger for oh my gosh, a super short a super short and heavy reset. So it pushes you out there, forces you to get back onto that reset, and you're ready to go again. Man, overall I'm comfortable with this gun the way it is. Although I do still have in the back of my mind that this gun's gonna be a piece of garbage. But I've had too many comments on, you should have bought a Taurus, or you should have bought something else. Well, we've got pretty much all of the full-size polymer pistols in 22 now, so there's not going to be any excuses for someone saying that I should have gone and bought something else, because that's just what I did, because everyone said that their Taurus shoots better than this, or their Glock shoots better than this. Yours might, but we're testing this gun. So overall, my first initial impressions, you know what, let's get into the magazine. These are 16 round magazines, is that right, or do you know?
I think it's 16.
16 rounds. We're going to have a semi staggered stacked on here. It does come with a magazine assist loader. This is more like the Up-Lula kind, where it pushes down on the back. Put a bullet in there, lift it up, put another one in there, blah, 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 and you can load this all the way up to 16. It is a plastic follower with plastic lips on the magazine. The magazine is not as strong as the Sig Sauers. The Sig Sauers magazine, that's not a comparison video. The Sig Sauers magazine is a lot more sturdy than the Taurus. Yeah, that's about all I can say about that. The spring on here appears to be just fine, and no reason for it not to be, because it's brand new. There's never been any bullets in here that I have put on here. We do have removable base plates, so somewhere down the line I'm sure you can get an extension on this. So being this is a full-size weapon, you can actually get a full purchase on this weapon. See, I got a little bit of gun hanging down below my fingers right here. Same with the Taurus, it's full size. You don't have to be like the SR22. You don't have to have small hands to actually handle one of those. These right here are full size. It might be uncomfortable for a kid, I'm not sure, but it definitely fills my hands up just right, and just super comfortable to hold on to. We'll find out how she shoots. Bore axis, as far as that goes, I think that the 322 has a lower bore axis than this one right here, so it might be, as far as 22s go, a little bit snappy. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I'm really digging the way that firearms are going. We're not sticking with the small 22 platforms like the SR22. There used to be a whole bunch of guns in that size made by just about everybody, but now we're starting to get into larger frame 22 handguns, and I really like that the direction that they're going in. A lot more comfortable to shoot, a little bit more realistic to shoot, anticipating getting into your larger firearms. So anyways, this is just my initial tabletop review, thoughts and opinions on the Taurus TX22. We will be shooting this today. You may not see the video today, but if it is up, please just go on over and watch a shooter and review of this video. I'll also be doing a takedown video on this. It's super easy, but because of YouTube's monetization, again, we can't do that on this video because we need to make some income so that we can continue to bring you guys wonderful content like you're viewing right now. So if you want to see some more, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling.